KPA matched up with REG and they got the win. KPA 67, REG 48. So KPA just building up on their win. They beat Young Sisters from Burundi in their first game. The second game, they wiped away REG. Natalie wasn't available for this game. She was in street code, but she was on the bench. In the first half, KPA, the offense on the KPA side was just running on all cylinders, scoring both inside and outside, especially Medina. She put on a clinic, especially scoring inside. She blocked a few shots. KPA had the services of Victoria Reynolds and two other new players that we are not used to seeing. And I believe that these additions were very vital, especially in scoring. They had a very good scoring output for the KPA side. They needed a lot of scoring alongside like the backcourt when you have Mima Knight in there. So when you put like Victoria in there, you're able to get that, scoring, especially at the number 2 position. But in the second half, KPA was on top, but were not careful with the ball. They made REG come out with some, mini runs, and at some point KPA just stopped scoring, and I just saw a situation where like REG were just trying to, chip away from, the defensive lapses of the KPA side, especially in the second. I could see the botching of wide open layups, not, getting back on defense. The fouls bug was something KPA needed to fix, especially they need to fix moving forward. And especially being on a string on defense, like communicating on D, that was one thing that I saw in the second. It wasn't there, but I feel like they saw like they were out on top, so like they weren't, coming out to the aggressive tendencies that we used to see or we saw in the first. So that was something that was throwing them off, especially on defense. But on offense, they were not, scoring as much. Victoria Reynolds was, piling on the points as REG tried to make that, last-ditch efforts to get back in the game. Victoria was just, walking the ball inside. She had a couple of mid-range shots. She knocked down a couple of threes. And she was one of their main go-to guys, especially down the stretch, because you could see sometimes Mima was kind of cold. She was actually pretty streaky, but you can see Victoria, KPA just went to her, and she was very productive, especially on the offensive side of the ball. When you have Medina like being a rim protector in there, you have Victoria. She could, come out and, have the ball. She majority of the time was just taking that occasional shot and, hitting that layup, and also going to the line and making those free throws, which were very vital, piling on the points. And REG, honestly, they were just not prepared for KPA, and it just resulted in the output that you're seeing right now with the blowout. And the player of the game was Victoria Reynolds, especially down the stretch. She was just just doing her thing, and she was actually very vital, especially down the stretch. If KPA didn't have her output, there was a high likelihood that that lead would have been cut to single digits, and REG would have found a way to like get back in the game. But despite this win, like this blowout win, KPA still has some mistakes in the game, like not taking care of the basketball, especially on offense. You could see a couple of turnovers, lapsadaisical passes that they need to check on, because when you meet like other teams that can be able to capitalize on those mistakes, man, it can be really difficult for them to recover. So they need to take care of the basketball. I feel like them missing them wide open layups was actually something that they need to work on a lot, especially missing layups at the rim. They needed to finish there and capitalize and shoot at least 80 to 85 or 80 to 90% of their shots, especially below the rim. They must make those shots. And their half-court offense wasn't the greatest, as there were multiple times where you could see the shot clock was winding down and they were not able to at least create a good shot or even manufacture a good shot. You could see a situation where almost a shot clock violation, then in your buff up a bad shot. So, and giving up that possession. So it's something that I feel like KP have the ability to change, because they have the pieces that they need for moving forward. But if they're able to capitalize on finishing layups just below the rim, having discipline on defense, and taking care of the basketball, there's a high likelihood that can make it all the way and go back to the finals. But all in all, this was a good job by KPA. They managed to blow out REG, and it was a very, especially an entertaining game to watch. As you could see, KPA just were coming out guns blazing, and it was just awesome. And can't wait to see more of these games because they're just awesome. I'll be following up with a video on the equity game. Please be sure check it out as well, and support your boy right here because I'll be dropping a lot of these type of videos. So please be sure subscribe to the channel, turn on notification posts that you never miss any new videos like this that are coming out. And I'm out. Peace.